Hey guys, and welcome to another polymer clay tutorial. Today we are going to create Baby Yoda from the Mandalorian. Here we are in 2019 and we are creating Baby Yoda from the TV series The Mandalorian on Disney+. If you're privileged enough to watch Disney+, I'm not. Well, nevertheless, let's get started. Let's create Yoda with these colors. We have white, a lot of white. We have olive green and this ochre. And it gives us this really nice green skin tone of Yoda. Have you noticed that sooner or later Disney will create a Babyfy version of any character you could imagine? We got Donald and Mickey and, well, I can't think of more of these, but I think this is a thing, an official thing, Babyfying popular characters. And Baby Yoda is just another example for this theory. But nevertheless, I really like this character. In the original trilogy, I loved Yoda so much, and I am really happy that with Baby Yoda we get to know more about the species behind Yoda. And hopefully also in The Mandalorian we will know and learn more about these species and to see probably a lot more Yodas in the future. But then we need different names, because you just can't say, oh, this is Baby Yoda, this is Grandpa Yoda, and this is Neighbor Yoda, and he's nice, because this would be ridiculous. We are shaping the head. Oh yeah, there are some key fighters hidden in this video, and if you count them, the chances are pretty high that you know how many I put into this video. That's it, there is nothing special about it. Let's create the face of Yoda, and this looks a bit tricky. Over the course of this face creation process, there were different times where I thought, dude, you're not creating Yoda, this looks like the Christmas Grinch, or this looks like just an Area 51 alien. For example, right now, this looks like a mustache, a really nice Alien 1 version. And you don't have to be afraid that I would spoiler anything from The Mandalorian except the thing with a frog. Well, this is an official meme. There are many memes of Baby Yoda, and I don't think this is spoiler worthy. I am creating this Yoda with this cute frog in the hand because this is one of the most remarkable scenes in this whole series so far. It's so cute. How he is eating and not eating the frog. This is the nose. Probably it's a little bit... I'm not sure. Maybe we make it a little bit more tiny. I try to throw in a little bit of ochre into the green, and look at that, what it makes. Now it looks like the Grinch. Look at that. When creating the eyelids or the nose, for example, I try to use a little bit of ochre to get variety in the skin tone, and it looks so nice, as if the light and the skin would react with each other. This is the lower eyelid. Now maybe I should have created the eyes a little bit more round shaped, but maybe we can change that later. Let's put it aside and let's focus on the ears instead. I try to create very thin layers of Baby Yoda's ears, so that the light can possibly shine through the very thin skin, which is attached to his head, and which is the ears. So I make a very thin layer of this color, which is called flamingo. And in theory I tried to wrap these very thin layers around one of my tools to get a really beautiful shaped ear. Let's see if this works. Maybe we can add some more white. No, this is more like ochre. And now let's take these pieces and wrap it around the needle tool, which is also included in the advanced set, of course. You asked me about that. And now we can attach these ear pieces to the head, that this guy looks a little bit less like the alien next door, but more like Baby Yoda next door. Let's see how this works. This was a good idea to just put in some wire into the ears. It's a very, very easy technique to make sure that the ears won't drop while oven hardening. This would be a pity. I think it looks a little bit like Baby Yoda, but well, the hair is missing and maybe we can change the proportions in the face later a little bit, but let's focus on the body first. Sometimes it feels really good to put thing aside and to start working on something different, and then you would return to the face, because then you make sure that you can view it as if it makes sense for you, fresh eyes, so that you don't get used to a thing you're sculpting and that you can just revisit and re-evaluate where you left off. Okay, I was really looking forward to create this frog, because I haven't created a frog before. This is the body. Now we are attaching the legs, which is pretty simple. It's just a folding technique and you create these tiny claws. A frog has, I think, 4 fingers and not 5 compared to us, to humans. Then we have the arms as well, and maybe we can also work on the fingers, attaching the eyes, tiny eyes on the side of his head. And after oven hardening we will use acrylic paint for all the details, for some really beautiful details on this frog. And we are creating, well, these are not really Yoda feet, but I want to make sure that the whole creation doesn't fall over. And we put the frog feet into his hand and the whole creation into the oven. Freshly baked Baby Yoda! This sounds so cruel. And this freshly baked frog, of course, in his hands. This is the head, and look at that! The ears, the skin is so thin that the light is coming through. It looks so beautiful. And now we are drilling a hole into his head, and that we can attach it onto the torso, which doesn't really look like Yoda. Not even Baby Yoda. We try to make him a little bit shorter, and then we have different fabrics, very raw and rough ones. I love these kind of fabric, and I'm not really good at sewing, so I just glue everything. And with this fabric, with this jute fabric, I just try to handle it as I would handle clay. Thin layers of clay. This makes it pretty easy. Okay, thanks. And now we are cutting away the fabric and just glue it onto the torso, because we have this collar which is hiding some part of the neck and also some parts of the lower head. And well, but first we should focus on these details. This goes right to the front, and I'm using my glue for that. Okay, let's see. I think this should work. These will be the sleeves, the one for the left arm. And I just put in some glue as well, so that all these nice folds and wrinkles stay the way they are. This is super glue for the other sleeve. Just wrapping it around so you don't necessarily have to use a needle to work with fabric, and I really love that. So this will be the fabric one for the collar. And maybe we can also fold it, that it looks a little bit more comfy and thicker, and we can glue it around. Looks like a scarf, a really beautiful one. Adding some more details to the sleeves. The left one, his left one, and now our left one. And oh, look at that, looks so nice, so comfortable what he's wearing. And we don't have to be afraid that we didn't really create the feet of Yoda, because no one will see these. I'm using the transparent polish for the eyes with different layers, and this is a new technique I'm trying out. It's just some super glue with this wool, and look at that. It looks amazing. It really looks like as if the hair was growing from his head, and also his ears. Also the left ear as well. Maybe some cutting, trimming, some hair trimming. And maybe another layer of transparent polish. And we can come to the frog. We can work on all these beautiful details we have on the frog's back with these dots. And we have some white stripes right in the middle. And the frog has these characteristic stripes on the legs. So I try to mix this blue, which goes on his left foot and the right foot. And guys, that's it! Baby Yoda eating a frog! Well, not now, but later. I love the Star Wars universe. Please let me know which characters we should create next from the Star Wars saga. Write it down in the comments. I guess that's it for today. Have a great weekend and take care, guys. Bye! And now let's eat that frog. No. How could you do that? It's such a cute frog. Okay, how many T-Fighters were hidden in this video? Because if you have really counted these, if you really have counted these,